I'm Dr. Danielle Harrell.
And I'm Celeste Hirschman.
Welcome to episode 5 of Virgin Island Unzipped.
I'm nervous. I'm going to take it one step at a time.
I'm absolutely petrified.
12 virgins are travelling to a unique island retreat that could change their lives forever.
And in this episode, we're going to talk about playtime, BDSM, and how you can find your kinks.
The truth is that many people have a lot of kinky fantasies and desires, and it's really important to give people permission to explore those parts of themselves. And we know just a person who can help the group unlock their kink in a very playful way.
Is that for me?
Episode 5 is all about playtime. And people kind of wonder, it's all about kink and bondage, so why did we call it playtime?
I know. I mean, sex is where adults go to play. And I think, if you think of bondage, BDSM, I think people think of it's like heavy or bad or dark or mean, but really...
Or this cornered thing that some people do.
Exactly. But when you think of it, it's just like, we're playing, we're trying out different things, we're open to different personalities and, top, bottom, playing with ropes, it's just like a way to have fun. We have a special guest for you today who is going to help you explore different ways that you might want to play. We want to welcome Shelby.
Ooh. Sorry. I didn't say anything.
You don't need anyone else.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
I am a BDSM and kink expert from San Francisco, California. Some of you are probably thinking this might be a little advanced, but it's a game of leading and following.
Yeah, and you saw right in the beginning when Shelby came in, a few people really lit up, right? Like Millie and Ed. They're like, something good is happening.
Kind of all the girls were like, oh, she's hot.
Yeah. I mean, everybody was in love with Shelby, obviously. We are all in love with Shelby.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got so much presence and she's so sexy.
She is.
But some people, you could tell it was touching deeper fantasies inside of them, Millie.
Just even walking in, she was walking in with this confidence, and you saw Millie just quivering already.
and when she got up on all fours, you could just see her whole energy change, her face kind of flushed, and she's looking over at the group, and
I know, and
being I get to do my thing now.
My fantasy would be people dominating the other person, and I'd be the one that's being dominated. That makes me feel a bit fuzzy and warm inside. I'm like, you know what, maybe I'd like that.
This is a paddle. See, Millie? Good girl, Millie. Taking it like a champ. How did that feel? Yeah. Good job, Millie.
Firstly, Shelby was really checking with Millie, is this, how's this pressure, how's this intensity? And then once she got what she wanted, her strut off the...
She was so delighted.
I know.
And I think people just don't understand why someone would want to be spanked and why does it give them pleasure.
Yeah, or dominated or told what to do or bossed around.
Or humiliated.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it's so important, again, to debunk the idea that there's one way to have sex, and also to help people understand that they're so, the experience of being spanked like that created such a deep meeting experience, for Millie, she felt so met inside of herself in a way that she never felt before, something that was really meeting her core desires to be kind of dominated and kind of spanked well.
Yeah, and I like being spanked, not necessarily, it's the same thing can give people very different sensations or feelings or, psychological arousal, physiological arousal, and we can talk about those differences. For me, I do like the physical sensation of being spanked, so that just intensifies the sensation in my body. But also, I like, to me, it's like, oh, somebody really loves my butt. Like they love my butt so much that they just want to interact with it in all the different ways. So it's not even a dominance thing. It's like a celebration of my ass. That's why I like being spanked.
Oh, now I know you like to be like celebrating with your ass. I have other celebration of my ass. Look very different.
I hope you're both good at sharing.
I fantasize being more in a submissive role, probably from me not knowing what I'm doing. I'd rather have a girl taking the dominant role. I've always been curious about what it would be like to be in that situation.
You know why you're both up here at the same time?
What?
I don't need you to talk.
Okay, sorry.
It's because it would take both of you to satisfy me.
Shelby asked people to volunteer, and two of them volunteered, so they got to have like Tegan and Ed. Yeah, they volunteered, and then it was like, oh, I can play with both of you, which was also kind of kinky. In addition to teaching the skill, like like having a little bit of an experience that's beyond two people experience can be a really, really awesome example for people how you can play, whether in your fantasy or in real life. It doesn't have to be all put into place in real life. You can actually just fantasize about it.
Well, yeah, and some people like to share, some people don't. And I think that's what we want to normalize, is that all of this is just an exploration of like what does each person like without any judgment, because I think some people are like, oh, you're supposed to be monogamous or you're supposed to be polyamorous, and it's like, no, you're supposed to be who you are.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to get across with playtime, is like, let's play with different things, let's try different things, and let's see what fits me, what feels really good, and leave the rest.
Do you think you have what it takes?
I think so.
Then get on your knees. Adequate. I think we have some work to do before you're ready. Look how bad they are. You nailed it. Can I give you a hug?
The joy and enthusiasm she brings to being dominant, and even to being a little bit cruel, but like in such a play. You know what I mean? It's like you would think it's cruel, but she's just like she's delighted. They're delighted. Everyone, it's like
Shelby just want to give them the best time ever.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's really fun to watch. She's like, oh, one of you won't be enough to satisfy me, and both of them are just like, yes, we'll work so hard for you.
Totally. Yeah. Which brings me to the idea that people wonder about, like, people think that domination is just about being cruel.
Yeah.
And it's so not about being cruel. Many times the dom actually gives the sub the best experience of their lives.
Yeah, most doms, I think, are service tops. Like, they really actually want to find out what the sub wants and then start to explore it. And I think you really saw that with Ed, with the work.
I think you get turned on by being humiliated a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably because I was bullied quite a lot at school.
Oh, okay.
So that was kind of like what I was used to.
Yeah. Sometimes that source of pain that we experience, we can kind of reclaim it. I have some good ideas for you, I think.
Okay.
Up.
Shelby's methods are based on studies that identify how people respond to being humiliated.
Get on your knees.
They might be extreme in the outside world, but in a supportive environment can get results.
One of the reasons people might crave being humiliated is if you have a bad emotional or psychological experience at a formative age, as an adult, you might want to make it work for you, to feel confident and empowered and safe. The communication and trust and safety is what allows someone to fully surrender.
Crawl forward. Stop. Put your head down on the ground. Do you want my attention?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you deserve my attention?
No, ma'am.
That's right. You have to earn it. So be good. Crawl back to me.
Throughout the session, Shelby will use a traffic light system to ensure Ed remains in control of what's happening.
Tell me your color.
Green.
a footstool. That might be an acceptable use for you. I think it's going to be difficult for you to fuck this up. What do you think?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? You think you're a good footstool?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you enjoying this?
Yes, ma'am.
You bad boy.
He wanted to be humiliated.
Humiliated, that's
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
Ed
yeah.
wanted to be humiliated.
And I think that probably for people watching is the most edgy, experience. And so it's really important that people understand that like that was him being taken exquisite care of. And you could see the glow and the transformation because she checked, it seems like you want to be humiliated. And he actually had amazing self-awareness, like, yeah, I had bad experiences with that. And now I want to reclaim it and do it in a way with somebody who cares about me and sees me and,
Yeah.
she cuddled him at
Yeah,
first.
that's why I want to break down. I really want to break down the whole experience that he had so our viewers will be able to see why it was so healing. So it started with Shelby actually cuddling him, checking in with him, and actually like really being very nurturing.
Yeah.
And then she was asking like, do you like to be humiliated? And he was like, I do. So she helped him like say it.
Yes.
And then, she was asking him to roll on the floor and she was using him as a footstool.
He wasn't rolling well enough. She had to roll better.
I know, so she turned something that was humiliating before into a playful playtime opportunity. And that really allowed him to have like a kind of like a nurturing plus repetition with agency experience.
And
at
he felt
the end,
so
she
alone,
also
right? Like in his life, he has felt very alone in these desires. And so when you see when somebody really wants to collaborate with him, like the joy of that circuit of collaboration, where it's like, okay, we're gonna play this out. We're gonna be naughty together. And I think that's a lot of people love that. Oh, it gives me goosebumps. Like, just like getting that feeling of just like being naughty together.
Ed has a really big wall up, and he's trying not to be seen, which is unfortunate for him because I can see through that wall.
Take off your shirt. Give it to me. Okay, I want you to stand in front of the mirror. What kind of thoughts and feelings are you having right now?
I don't like my pecs
Okay.
and like my arms. I don't like my eyes. I don't like my mouth. I like my beard, but I think it's a bit weak. I love my hair, but sometimes I think it doesn't suit me. I just feel very average.
So you don't want to be average.
No.
What do you want?
I want to feel good.
You know what's the easiest way to feel good? Is to stop being a whiny little bitch. Tell me that you've been a whiny little bitch.
I've been a whiny little bitch, mistress.
You have been a whiny little bitch.
Do you think you might value my opinion more than your own
100%.
when it comes to what's desirable?
Yeah.
Do you want to attract me?
Yes.
Do you want to attract other women like me?
Yes.
Then you're going to have to listen to me.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I noticed about you were your eyes. You have really beautiful eyes.
Your beard makes you look really masculine, and women love beards. And when I first met you on the island, I didn't notice your arm and your hand at all.
Yeah, so I think we need to like really talk about the thing that might make people the most like surprised is the whiny little bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
This was such a hot reclamation
Yes.
reclamation session. This is kind of like in front of the mirror body image session, actually.
Yeah, and we talked about how it's cognitive restructuring, but I want to talk about like specifically what it looked like, that what she did in helping him let go of his old feeling of like, oh, it's bad, I'm bad, nothing ever good is going to happen to me. She's like, no, that's not who you are. That's the whiny little bitch.
That's you talking to yourself like that.
Exactly.
And you are reflecting when you see yourself in the mirror while you're whiny, that's what you're going to see.
Yeah. And then she's like, but if you saw yourself through my eyes and how beautiful you are, your hair, your eyes, your
beard.
facial hair. And then you could just see like he was taking on that voice
Yeah.
and replacing the old negative voice with Shelby's voice of adoration
Yeah.
and approval and love. So it's like, it sounds like she's calling him something horrible, but she's actually saying, no, like, let's name that voice. Let's replace that
Exactly.
voice with how beautiful you are.
And she was keeping what I loved in addition to that, like also she was looking with him at the mirror the whole time. So now the image that he's gonna remember is her eyes looking in the mirror with him. She was like shorter than him, so she was like climbing him up.
Now you're gonna make me cry though.
Just like really, she was like embedding in his memory a different experience of her looking at him, looking at himself in the mirror. And now every time he's gonna look in the mirror, he's gonna see her with him looking at the mirror.
I know. I just love Ed so much. He's like such a
so
sweet,
sweet.
kind soul, you know, and like to see him finally feel like he was okay and like he could play, like he could be seen by Kat in the scars and he could be seen by Shelby in his beauty. You just saw him like blossom.
Blossoming, so beautiful.
And those blue eyes,
Blue
you know,
eyes,
shining
big and
out.
Now we know why he would choose a session with Shelby every time over sex.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks, Shelby. Feeling really good. She makes me want to be the guy I want to be. I can say it to myself all day and I don't believe it, but talking with Shelby makes me actually want to be that guy.
I think it's really important to kind of restate what BDSM is, right? Because it's 4 little letters for six big words.
Big words.
Yeah. So there's bondage and discipline, dominance and submission, and sadism and masochism.
Yeah.
So all of those are in there. And we want to talk a little bit about like, what is a dom? What is a sub? What is a service top? Yeah.
Yeah, so a dom is someone who is in charge of the experience and they're going to be giving or managing the experience, creating the scene and managing the experience.
Yeah, and that gives the sub an opportunity to go into what's called subspace. When you go into subspace, you're just doing what your dom says, but a lot of times the sub will tell their dom beforehand, I want to feel this, or experience this, and in that case, they're with a service top, who's somebody who wants to give them their experience.
I had a couple and they came to my office and the guy wanted to be a sub, but he had like such a particular order of subbing, and his
Subs are
wife,
very greedy and bossy, actually.
I know, yeah. And his wife, okay, I'll dom you. It wasn't her top excitement, but she was willing to give him the experience. So she was sitting there, and then like they came to me a session after, and he was like disappointed, and she was so pissed. I was like, I was doming you. It's like, yeah, but you didn't do the right order, like from this flogger to that flogger to the next flogger. So
it's hard to be a dom.
hard.
I'm way too lazy to be a dom. Oh my God, forget about it. I appreciate them so much. The
It's hard
willingness
work. It's
to
really
do the hard
hard
work
work,
and
yeah.
to lead. Exactly. And I think that's what subs appreciate too. Yeah. And then there's different kinds of subs too. There's like very obedient, good girls.
And there are bratty ones.
Me. There's bratty ones
that
who are
always
like,
want to play with boundaries and
Yeah, push.
And be like, say no many times and
Yeah.
create their scene and kind of like keep fighting
Yes.
with their dom. And, you know, it's a whole different story to be a dom to a bratty sub.
Right. So there's kind of like good girls and boys who want to be approved of. There's bad girls and boys who want to be punished. And then there's brats who want to fight with you all the time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
You know, and if you're a top, you want to be in charge, you want to be in control. But I also talked about service top, which is where you want to be in charge, but you want to be in charge to give the other person their fantasy. So you're like in service of your bottom.
A little bit like what actually Shelby's doing on the
Yeah.
show. She's in service of giving her clients or
what they want. Yeah. But then there are some dominants who they more want to do what they want to do, and they want the sub to be obedient and want to behave in the proper way, to be, you know, for example, a good girl.
Exactly. And some people really like this experience of being really used for their dom's pleasure.
Or
and that's
pleased,
what,
yeah, pleasing.
Pleasing,
Yeah.
and so that can be like very good. So that can be like a wonderful combination.
Sex makes everyone feel really vulnerable. And so what I want for the virgins is to understand that what turns them on is good. and should be normalized.
Don't think I'll ever forget the first time somebody called me a good girl. And it was so shocking to me how much it turned me on. I was like, what's happening? You know, but like I was lucky to just have a lover who said it out of the blue. And, you know, we hadn't had a conversation before, but he hit the nail on the head. And I was just like, okay, well, now I'm putting that on my list of things that people need to say to me from now on.
I know, because, and again, that's why I love a Virgin Island, because it gives people menu. Maybe I'm this, maybe I can try and check this thing.
Is there something in the show that turns you on?
Yeah.
Then you might go, oh, maybe
that's me.
Maybe that's touching something inside of me.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So the more like, for me, even just like if I hear somebody like moaning in a particular way, then it makes me feel that like pleasing and like powerful, you know, and it's like, oh, they want me, they're gonna keep wanting me forever. I think that's the, you know, the big, and that to me, that's a kink, you know, it's like, what are all the things that people can say or do that make me feel wanted forever? Yes, that's what I, you know.
Yeah, so we can actually say that we have individual kinks, all of us, with like, you know, we all have our own fingerprints, so kinks are like fingerprints.
Yeah, even
I'm
like,
so turned on. I can't even talk.
Right, like being private or secretive, you love that. That's a big secret.
Being secretive
Don't tell anyone.
so hot.
And be dirty and naughty behind closed doors. Close those curtains and whatever happens behind those curtains.
This is so hot. So I'm with Birdie on that. You know?
Right
We're
now.
like the complete opposite.
Oh,
You just want to be all, and I'm just like,
I want everyone to know what's,
I was like, you will never know what's happening behind closed doors.
Next time,
Whoa, that can kill someone.
things get more intense. In the technique phase,
This may be the scariest workshop yet.
romance blossoms,
Feelings are starting to happen, and we want to make sure that they're equipped to deal with that.
and someone goes all the way.
There were 11 virgins left.